I was gonna speak on vision, basically on the fallen angels trafficking on some saw shit, and basically you have to basically have underground vault to do whatever saw shit, in it. But the fallen angels, human trafficking, little sexual desires. You have all these, male celebrities too, all that shit, and you put your woman up. You basically have the basic structure of everything and in the whole human traffic sense to where they try just keeping all of the people basically enclosed, and then they were like, I remember that vision way years and years ago. I had that. It was in that pool barn, whatever you call that shit, whatever you call that type of it was like it's called a pool barn. Basically, I think that's what it's called, pool barns. So basically, it's like had that vision. It was like a haunted house too. I remember slash pool barn, whatever the fuck it was used for. But basically, now with that thing set in, I had a vision. Everybody was being trafficked in there, and I didn't even know at that time directly what it meant. But not just looking about it, it was some like kind of like they were all locked in there. They couldn't get out. There was a lock and they couldn't get out. They're trying to get out, and then they were all like kind of like I thought it was celebrities too, but basically, yeah, basically all kinds of people locked in it, couldn't get out. And then the next person go in, they end up getting trapped in it and not being able to come out because they got lured in it. So that's the whole thing. And then the devil tried controlling to lock them in, and they had to like try doing like some crazy shit because you know they over in there trapped in there, like basically trying to it's like some end of the world shit in there. Like that's what it's kind of like. But there's some way deeper stuff that needs to be said about it because I know it was deeper sides in the vision. I know that there's a lot more into it, but that's just basically the whole of it. And I remember there was gold that came down from heaven or some shit out at the end of it. It was crazy. Everybody started trying to run to the gold at the end of it. And I was like, holy shit. I'm like, damn, everybody tried going for the gold. I'm like, damn. But I remember that shit. Yeah, it was a crazy vision. And motherfuckers always trying to say I'm crazy because I was basically telling everybody, don't go in it, don't go in it. And they went in it. They fell for the trap. And I was like, okay, well, y'all pretty much screwed now. I told y'all not to go in it. I told y'all, and they still tried doing it because they thought they were going to, I don't know, whatever they were trying to do. But basically, I was trying to help them out. I was trying to speak to them because at this time, like, I was hurt. I was scared. Not scared, but like, it was like, I was like, I gotta help these motherfuckers. I gotta start talking to them, even though it's a vision, and try telling these motherfuckers what they need to do. And that's how it all started. That's basically how all my visions actually started, was this human traffic thing. And that's how I started speaking to them in the visions. Started speaking to these whatever you want to talk about, spirits, whether they be people, whatever they be, um celebrities, whatever. But basically they just in that box setting. And like I said, it's basically, if you really look at it, they all human trafficked by fallen angels at that point. So you know, basically you have the world around it. The police officers was like kind of a little corrupt too on some stuff. Some of them there was some police officers that was trying to stop people from breaking in and out or some shit. It was a really weird settings, but there was a lot more crazy shit. But basically, you know, everybody trying to have structure and trying to talk their way out of it, but it's like y'all forgot about God. They forgot about everything, and that's the thing. It's like when you really are into all that Hollywood shit, selling your soul, being human trafficked is basically what's gonna happen to you because you basically get lured in. You basically lured in by the devil, and that's how it is, cause you gotta understand, when you're not spiritual, you're not gonna see through that shit. They're gonna try to come at you, and you gotta be really aware of how they victim, how they come after you, and that's the whole thing about Hollywood, and that's the whole thing about the devil, is that this dude is literally a fallen angel, right? So it kind of makes sense why they don't want you to believe in Satan, because that gives Satan power and domain over you, right? So now here's the thing about this human trafficking setup is I was in LA, and there was that situation where they cage people in LA, and they actually do that shit, and I was feeling the vibe out through all the cities, man. They caged people in downtown in all LA, and it was a ghost town too, because you look in the cities, these motherfuckers are controlled by the demonic spirits, by the fallen angels. There's no such thing as gang stalking. No, it's the fallen angels. They lure you in, and that's how it works, because you can basically, it's like that show. You can basically, cover anything up, right? That's all it is. It's about trying to cover it up. It's literally you trying to cover shit up, right? So now here's the thing about it is you create this whole little fantasy witch internet, because back then it was witch internet. Back then the internet was known as witches making it. The witches were known as being in control of the internet. When you look back then at YouTube, at those videos, the video internet, the first ever video things I remember when I was a little kid watching was it was like you thought of it as something corrupt. But now you see how today kind of like you don't think as this shit as just like evil or corrupt, or not so much evil, but just like witch based and criminals, because you know how like scammers, that's what you viewed it as. You viewed the internet as a scam. You viewed MySpace as a scam. It didn't seem official to you, because you're like, okay, what the hell is MySpace, and why the fuck motherfuckers so hyped in MySpace? That's what I said. The witches went after that, and that's what I said. Who created MySpace? It was the witches, right? Because that's the start to the generation. They had to go to the younger generation and start the witchcraft movement through the younger generation. Because they trying to lure people into the devil kingdom. And that's the whole thing about school. School is a scam too, because they trying to lure people into the devil kingdom. And I just had a dream about that too last night, about the school devil. And that's what I said, man. It's all about them trying to disguise themselves and lure you in to basically get your soul, get your eternal soul. And the best way to do it is to try to enslave you more and more and more, to the point you're gonna break or some shit, whatever the devil trying to do. And that's basically how it is. So this basically been human trafficking in the fallen angels, right? Well, if we come from biblical terms, from reality, I'm thinking this is a whole nother biblical, story. I'm pretty fucking sure that is basically in addition to the book of Revelation, right? So kind of makes no sense to just, you know, lie and lie and lie and lie when, that's actually the devil is a liar. So it kind of shows for what it is. On that real note, though, it's really sick and disgusting that motherfuckers are that delusional. Like, you wouldn't think, cause that's how the devil did it, because people didn't think they were delusional. That's the whole point. You don't think that you're delusional, because having delusions is now using your brain. Using your mind mentally and attacking the devil is now going to be delusional, because that's how the devil came attacking. So now that's what I said, man. Human traffic by fallen angels. Amen. That's what I said. Fuck all that gang stalking shit. It's human trafficking by the fallen angels. Peace.